Welcome to part 2 of our series, Decorating a Mountain Lot. With Egowall, you can create 3D custom living spaces right in your web browser. In part 1, we decorated this kids area of the mountain lot living space, and today I'm going to decorate this area, which will be a kitchen. So to get started, I'm just going to block out the space, sort of like we did last time. Get the major elements into place. And we'll start by removing some of this default furniture. And I know what I want to do is to have a raised area for this kitchen. I think it'd be kind of cool to have the space be a little bit differentiated. So I'm going to come in here and I have some wood pieces, but I'm going to use polished concrete. And I can just lay these down. And I think I want to actually extend this, so I'll scale it and leave it right there. Because I think what I'm going to do is actually have a hallway. This will be a nice entry hallway, and the kitchen will extend into this area. Now I really think my kitchen should be bigger, and I could scale these out, but I like having them sort of like individual tiles, so I'm going to just buy some more real quick. And for this last one, if I fly over here, I can show you it doesn't quite line all the way up. That's okay. What I'm going to do is put another block down and have it be lower, so that I have sort of a step up into the kitchen. And for that, I think I'm going to use a piece of wood. Just eyeball it a little bit, get an estimate of the size I need. Actually, it'd be nice maybe as like a floating step. So I'm going to make this much smaller and thinner, and we're going to float the step on top of it. And by float, I just mean it's going to be resting on top. Let's grab another one of these. There we go. And I'm just going to center it back here. Now come out of fly mode and kind of walk up. You can see that it looks like it's kind of floating off the ground. Just has more of a custom look to it. So that leaves this area for my kitchen. And yeah, I think I'm going to put a wall here. And maybe it'll have sort of an industrial look to it. And I need a couple more of those, so I'll come back and just get a few more. And for here, I'm going to do some sort of, make it feel like more like a column. So I'll just put it down and squash it. And then slide it into place. It feels a little bit too closed off to me, so I'm just going to get rid of it. Okay, so there's our basic area where we're going to put the kitchen. And I think this wall that I built should go higher. So I'm just going to quickly put some more blocks on top to raise that up. So I'll just buy a couple more just in case there's not enough. I think I already have enough, but just in case. And come back here, refresh this. And I'll just stack these right on top. Now here's an interesting situation. The top of the block I'm trying to place is just barely running into that, so I just have to position it so that it doesn't hit that ceiling. Go. Alright. Now I've got a space really blocked off, and ready to be filled with our kitchen furniture. So I can come in here, and I've already purchased a few items that we'll use. And the nice thing when you're building something like a kitchen, you can quickly block out the way you think you want your kitchen to be set up. And if you don't like it, you can change it. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just throwing out the pieces that I have. If we wanted, you could have a bar that goes into the middle of it over here. You have your regular countertop with a sink. Maybe I'll switch it and I'll have some cabinets up on this wall. Kind of like that. And maybe, we can pretend that this isn't even here, this oven. Just turn this around, because I just want it to be black. There you go. I think this kitchen might be more functional if I have the second counter coming out here. And even a third that's up against this wall. And I don't really like that, so I'm just going to take it away. That's half of what you're doing in here, is you're just trying things out, and if you like it, you keep it. This could go there, but I'm thinking I put it back to where we had it originally. But instead of being right up on the edge of this stair, I'm going to put it back here and then have some stools. So it'll be like a bar. And I can move the oven back. So there's sort of a basic kitchen setup. Refrigerator, ovens, stove and sink, and some cabinets. Before I detail that with appliances and pots and pans, I'm actually going to add a couple more pieces of furniture to this area, which would be our sort of the eating area. Kitchen is probably big enough to have a little island right there. If I pull this back, leave just enough room for my stools. Let's see. Yeah, I think so. I think I'm actually going to build an island. I don't see any furniture that perfectly fits what I want it to do. So I'm going to take 2 of these credenzas, use them as the base, and then put a countertop on top. And I'll fly way up here. I want to make sure I get some good space so people can walk around the kitchen. There we go. And now we'll just put some sort of surface we're going to find a surface that's similar to these countertops, and we'll see if it works. Something light. You could either do a concrete, or you could do a wood that's sort of like the butcher block. So here's a giant piece of concrete. And that fits pretty nicely within the length side. I'm just going to center it and then shrink it down. Just a bit. Okay, see, it fits right in. It looks like it was meant to be there. Now this table's a little bit, I want to say it's a little bit too big for this space, but I'm just gonna go with it. It's not a real kitchen, and I like the way that the style matches up. But I might just center it here. It's a nice view. for morning breakfast. And we'll come over here, we'll put our stools. I actually have a tall stool that we could use, but that's what I was thinking about using, but I've already got these over here in my inventory, so I think they'll actually work way better. So there's our basic setup of all the base furniture, and now I'm going to fill it in with a few detailed pieces. Reposition some of this stuff. You can get quite detailed with placement of everything, scaling, if you want to. You don't have to. That's probably enough. These people look like they need to do some dishes. Okay, so we've got our detailed kitchen. Feels a little bit more lived in now. So I think I'll add a few images to the wall. And actually, we could put a TV here. No kitchen is complete without a TV. Okay, so I'll add some of those images now. And when I add images, I really like to just get them out on the wall. and look at them. And once you look at what you put out there, you can sort of get a better feel of it. It's one advantage over putting pictures on the wall in the real world, where you have to spend a lot of time hanging it, nailing it into the wall, and then you discover it wasn't the right thing. You can really just, you put them on the wall, you get a feel for maybe you want to change the size or the shape. And in this case, I think I've got these two that sort of match, so I'm going to move this one to a different wall. Move this one next to its counterpart. And I'll move this one into a vertical configuration. Actually, now I have a different idea. So I think this would be better just with a large scale image by itself. Has more impact. And this one can find a place somewhere in here, a little bit more of an intimate image. Okay, so there we go. At this point, you could feel free to add personal pictures, maybe flowers, maybe build another floor on top of this one and have another room up on top in this vertical area. Really, the sky's the limit. So that about does it for the kitchen and part 2 of decorating a mountain lot. In part 3, we're going to finish the space out on this side with a large contemporary living room area, and we'll make some final tweaks to make sure that the space kind of feels cohesive. You've been watching me build this space using Egowall, which is a 3D game you play in your web browser. If you want to poke around and explore the mountain lot that we've been decorating, just click the link below in the description. It will take you directly to this 3D space, and you don't have to download anything, it just loads right in your browser. Stick around. Part 3 is coming up soon.